A U.S. defense official says the 3 NATO troops killed today in southern Afghanistan were Americans. A roadside bomb killed the 3 U.S. troops as well as a military dog. Foreign forces have largely shifted to a training and advisory role in Afghanistan, but clearly they still face danger from insurgents. Now to the ongoing crisis in Iraq.
Police and Kurdish forces fanned out across a village south of Kirkuk to search for remaining militants. The village was briefly taken by extremist fighters before they were pushed out by local forces. Meanwhile, the spiritual leader of Iraq's Shiite majority is calling for a new government altogether. He says Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki is to blame for the country's downward spiral. Just yesterday, President Obama announced up to 300 military advisors will be sent into the country to train Iraqi forces. Now, new insight into the crisis in Iraq.
For that, we turn to our NBC 10 military analyst. Retired Colonel Rick Kiernan is live in our Digital Operations Center tonight. For some background here, Colonel Kiernan is a 26-year Army veteran with multiple overseas assignments. He was awarded 2 Bronze Stars and served as a Pentagon spokesman as well.
Colonel, we heard President Obama talking about advisors being sent to Iraq. You actually served as an advisor, so what does that entail exactly?
Well, an advisor is a little bit different than boots on the ground in that you have a counterpart who is with the indigenous forces. It does a few things. Number one, they bring extra skills besides the obvious combat skills. They can have intelligence, logistics. They can have various skills that they bring to it. It's a smaller force. It is one where it is one-on-one or with small units, and they can also have counterparts who receive benefit not only on the military side, but also get good advice and counsel on the geopolitical situation.
As we know, Colonel, the Obama administration is really walking a fine line here. How effective do you think these advisors can be as the situation becomes more and more complicated?
I think they can be very effective. Not only are they going to give the one-on-one advice, which will help facilitate the ongoing situation right now and perhaps bring stability quicker than normal, but the other thing is that they give firsthand feedback to the national security team so that we're not just getting intel reports, we're getting it direct from the advisors who are right with the populace and working with the key forces and the key leaders of those forces.
Colonel, we know so much is contingent on the American intelligence gathering on the ground in Iraq that will really be pivotal in the mission there.
The intelligence is always important, but the best intelligence is what we call UMINT. You can get certain intelligence from surveillance, certain intelligence from interrogation, but to have advisors there who are talking on a day-to-day basis, you're seeing the war through the eyes of the people, and that is very, very important.
Is there any way to know, Colonel, how long this assignment might last for these advisors?
That's kind of open-ended right now. I think as they go along, they're going to see the value of having the advisors there on the ground, and I'm thinking that it'll be at least 3 months.
Colonel Rick Kiernan, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time and your insight and expertise. Our coverage of the crisis in Iraq continues. NBC Nightly News will take a comprehensive look at the situation tonight at 6:30, right after NBC 10 News at 6.
Back here at home now, charges are expected to be filed against 2 men after a shooting and a chase through 2 New Jersey counties. Skyforce 10 was there as the suspect surrendered in Camden last night. We first showed you this last night at 11 o'clock. Officers say it all started in Westville, Gloucester County, where they are accused of shooting 25-year-old Christopher Buchanan. That led to the police pursuit, and tonight